ASG aims to change mental health stigma with Wellness Week.
One Northwestern tennis player crosses the continent to play his sport.
And students tune in to the 90th Annual Academy Awards.
We'll have those stories and more coming up on the Northwestern News Report.
It's your news right now.
Good evening, I'm Justin Sweetwood.
And I'm Nikki Griswold. ASG kicked off its annual Wellness Week Thursday, and NNN's Hannah Brown was there.
That's right, Nikki. ASG made a point to include all kinds of activities this week, like drop-in meditations and dialogues. They hope to reach students who may be feeling stressed as the final exam period approaches.
Since Thursday, ASG's Wellness Week is underway, with 7 days of speakers, classes, and giveaways. Wellness Week is geared towards changing the campus culture around stress and mental health. Gian Paulino, a member of ASG's Health and Wellness Committee, helped plan the event.
I was really passionate about my identities as a woman of color on this campus, so I wanted to bring a speaker who could talk about how marginalized communities experience Northwestern and stress differently than the average Northwestern student.
Paulino and other ASG members ran wellness hubs, tables in Norris, Tech, and Main Library that handed out wellness-centered treats. But the first event was here in Harris Hall. It was called Wellness Across Identities, and it featured a CAPS presenter. ASG Vice President of Health and Wellness, Rebecca Laser, attended the first event.
So I really wanted the talk that we just had on wellness and identity, basically engaging in a dialogue about how your own identities inform how you interact with wellness, but also what wellness means to you, was really important to me coming into this week, and also focusing on how things look different in marginalized communities on this campus, because I think that there's a lot of knowledge that things do look different, but there's not much conversation about why that is or what we should do about it.
Hannah Brown, Northwestern News Network.
Hannah, so what kind of programs does ASG have planned for the rest of the week?
Tomorrow night, there'll be a discussion about the sexual assault survivor support at 5:30 p.m. in Harris Hall. And this week's final event is the Mindfulness Skills Talk that's going to be in the Norris Center Rock Room on Thursday at 5 p.m.
Thanks, Hannah. Next Tuesday is primary election day in Illinois, and new data suggests Northwestern students are poised to participate. NNN's Andy Weir is here with more. Andy?
Thanks, Justin. With Tuesday's primaries right around the corner, Northwestern students are preparing to head to the polls. This year's national study of learning, voting, and engagement analyzed the political involvement of more than 10 million college students in the USA. The data shows that more college students are turning out to vote now more than ever before. In fact, the youngest college students had some of the highest turnout rates relative to their peers. While students who majored in social sciences did have higher turnout rates than STEM majors, turnout increased across the board for all students. Not only is Northwestern seeing increased voter turnout, but the study also noted NU's increased political involvement. Private institutions like Northwestern also saw significant increases in voter turnout in 2016. The study even noted NU in particular for its high level of political involvement. A new study cites Northwestern as one of the nation's leading universities in political involvement. The data shows a 15% increase in turnout amongst eligible NU students from 2012 to 2016. That's compared to an average 3% increase at other schools around the country. According to the research, 64% of NU students voted in 2016, placing the university well above the national average. NU Votes, a subdivision of Northwestern's Center for Civic Engagement, has led the charge to get more students to vote, registering 96% of this year's freshman class. But for some NU students, voting is just one way they participate in politics. Weinberg freshman Alex Alsner thinks NU's campus culture plays a role in that level of engagement.
I just think this campus is full of a lot of socially involved people, really intelligent people, and people that are motivated to make change. But some students, like Medill Jr. Haley Miller, still feel the university could do more.
I see a lot of things on Facebook for the college Democrats or the college Republicans and things like that. I don't think Northwestern as a university does all that much. Especially because I feel like the narrative here is so one-sided, and we think of ourselves as a very liberal campus, and I don't think they do much to disprove that.
NU votes will ramp up their outreach efforts again in the fall when NU competes in the annual Big Ten Voting Challenge ahead of November's midterm elections.
Thanks, Andy.
If you drive on Ridge Avenue, you'll need to slow down. The city of Evanston installed new speed limit signs between Howard and Emerson that dropped the speed limit from 30 miles per hour to 25. In a press release, the city said they hope to reduce vehicle crashes. According to the Daily Northwestern, the number of collisions on Ridge has been on the rise, with more than 150 last year. The city also plans to change the traffic signal operation at Ridge and Lake this spring, as well as evaluate whether more trees need to be trimmed to increase traffic signal visibility.
Medill welcomed 11 high school students to campus as part of the Chicago's Embark program last Monday. Embark provides community-driven, experience-based learning opportunities to low-income high school students and aims to inspire and prepare them for college and beyond. The students paired up with 15 Medill student leaders. They went on a campus tour and held conversations over a lunch at Norris. With the help of Medill professor Ava Greenwell, the students also had opportunities to try their hand at anchoring from Medill's TV studio.
From resistance band workouts to resisting negativity, we'll learn how a new space on campus aims to empower women.
Lights, camera, action. Students gathered to watch the 90th Annual Academy Awards.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Hollywood celebrated the Academy Awards Sunday, and Northwestern students gathered to watch Hollywood's biggest stars take to the red carpet.
Professor Melissa Foster hosted a pre-Oscars watch party in her Shepherd Hall apartment Sunday. Students ate snacks and played a red carpet bingo game to celebrate the 90th annual awards. During the commercial break, students predicted which movies might take home the prizes.
My favorite movie of the year was Get Out.
I'm going to say 3 Billboards is going to take a lot of them.
Ariel Khan, a freshman studying radio, TV, film, says she watched almost all of the movies nominated for awards.
Oh, I love the Oscars. I've been watching them since I was a kid, and now I'm a film major, so it's kind of grown and it's important to me as I've gotten older, but it's just a homey thing for me, really.
But the top contender for Best Picture was unclear throughout nomination season.
Just the whole institution of just nominating a Best Picture, I think, is really difficult. And the Oscars kind of have a tendency to get it wrong most of the time. And I think it's kind of on a path of starting to get it a little more right. More often.
Even during the red carpet show, nominees referenced the Me Too and Time's Up movements, which had encouraged people to speak out about sexism and sexual harassment.
I feel like every Oscar has something that they tackle or something that's pretty relevant. Last year was the election. I think it has to be what has been like ravaging the industry this year.
And despite last year's envelope mix-up, Khan says she was excited for returning host Jimmy Kimmel.
He's funny, he's like lovable, so even when there's awkward moments and like awkward topics, he knows how to handle them just because he's so like relatable. I think he's a good one to probably cover this one.
Meredith Sonnefeld, Northwestern News Network.
As we reported a couple weeks ago, director of Lady Bird Greta Gerwig was just the 6th woman to be nominated for Best Director. She did not take home the award. Instead, Guillermo del Toro won for The Shape of Water, which also won Best Picture.
We wanted to know what you thought about this year's Academy Awards, so we asked you in this week's edition of Rock Talk.
Charlie Rode here for Northwestern News Report. We're here with The Rock to get your opinions on the 2018 Oscars.
I actually didn't get a chance to watch this year's Oscars because I was in California.
I didn't watch them.
Didn't watch it.
Really predictable year.
I thought they were pretty predictable, but I was very happy with them.
The picks were sort of as expected.
I thought it was like pretty predictable Oscars as far as things go.
It was pretty predictable, honestly, all of it. Very predictable.
It was pleasant to see that Blade Runner 2049 won not one, but 2 awards.
I like 3 Billboards. I like Lady Bird. I don't think Lady Bird got enough love. I liked Get Out. Don't think Get Out got enough love.
Happy that Jordan Peele won.
It was an unremarkable 90th Academy Awards.
If you have an idea for a future Rock Talk topic, tweet us at @NNN_news.
For a new student community, fitness and inclusivity go hand in hand. NNN's Olivia Reiner sat down with its founder to learn more.
After overcoming an eating disorder several years ago, Rachel Wallach has learned how to relate to women struggling with society's pressures.
If I could wipe all of those thoughts or all of those messages from every single woman who walks through the door, I would take them all up and like keep them in a bag and burn them myself.
So that's almost what she did. At the Garage, Northwestern startup incubator, the former Zumba instructor and her co-founder, Sienna Parker, created the Resistance Collective. It's a community for college women looking to resist patriarchal norms through movement, not necessarily fitness.
You hear in other workouts, like they tell you to set intentions or think about, why are you here, right? But those questions are leading and often center around like our physical change, trying to change your body to fit some ideal.
Instead, Wallach and Parker encourage women to focus on holistic self-empowerment through different activities.
This space is for you.
Some are physical, like various full-body circuit exercises. Others are mental. One of those activities requires members to leave negative energies at the door by writing them on a Post-it note and throwing it away.
I wanted to create a space that would build community and that would take those labels off of them, give them some reprieve.
She's very much like pushing the boundaries where I sometimes feel like, oh, it's just I want to do this one small thing. And then she'll like say, oh, we can make it bigger than this.
What do you hope your attendees take away from this class?
I hope they leave with a strong understanding that first, they're valuable, they're worthy, right, exactly as they are.
Through movement and discussion, Wallach hopes to share the lessons she's learned with a community of like-minded women. Olivia Reiner, Northwestern News Report.
If you want to stay up to date with the community, you can find it on Instagram at The Resistance Collective.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to a young reggae star in the making. Plus,
it's an age-old debate, Apple Music or Spotify. We'll break down some music streaming numbers next in Money Minute.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game.
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Many Northwestern students have their music available on streaming sites like iTunes and Spotify, but very few top the charts in their genre. School of Communication senior Adam Gross says he was excited when his EP reached #1 on iTunes for reggae albums. While the album is available on multiple streaming platforms, he says he encouraged his friends and family to pre-order it on iTunes. The day the album became available, all of the orders went through at once, boosting it to #1 for the genre. Gross, who plays guitar, piano, and ukulele, became interested in reggae music when he joined his friend's reggae band in high school. He says he found inspiration for his album from the dissatisfaction with the presidential election and his personal life. The EP, titled In Control, explores themes of being in control on small and large scales.
There's like this socio-political element, and many of us not liking who is quote-unquote in control. And then there's also the concept of like at our age as college students, maybe not feeling completely like we're in control of our decisions, and that like there are certain expectations about what job we're supposed to do, who we're supposed to hang out with.
In addition to continuing to share his EP, Gross says he hopes to connect with reggae bands to potentially write songs for them in the future.
How inspiring to see Northwestern students pursuing projects outside of the classroom.
Very true.
Perhaps we will see Gross at an award show someday. Speaking of new music, where are we choosing to listen to it? Matt Zidane has more in this week's Money Minute.
That's right, Nikki. Competition is heating up between the two biggest paid music streaming services, and that's Spotify and Apple Music. Spotify filed to go public last Wednesday. Its shares have traded for as high as $132.50 in the past, giving it a value of about $23 billion. Now, Spotify launched years before Apple Music, and it has long been the music streaming industry leader, with 71 million paid subscribers as of December of 2017. Its closest competitor, Apple Music, is far behind at 36 million paid subscribers, but maybe not for long. The Wall Street Journal reported in early February that Apple Music appears to be adding subscribers at a faster rate than Spotify. The tech giant's U.S. subscriptions have been growing at about 5% monthly, compared to Spotify's 2%. Now, Apple, of course, has the built-in advantage with its iPhones, iPads, and Apple Watches, all coming with Apple Music already loaded on them. Apple also has a larger library with 45 million songs available for $9.99 a month. Spotify has a premium subscription that also costs $9.99 a month, but only allows access to 30 million songs. For now, Spotify has double the paid subscribers that Apple Music has, but if the current growth rate continues, Apple Music will overtake Spotify in accounts by as early as this summer. If we look at the music streaming industry as a whole, there are quite a few other free streaming services that beat out both Apple Music and Spotify. Topping that list are YouTube, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google Play Music. With Money Minute, I'm Matt Zidane.
From Brazil to Chicago, one Northwestern tennis player is swinging his way into success.
I'm Liam Lecca, and we'll be right back with your 5-day weather forecast.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Welcome back. I'm Liam Lecca. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. After this weekend's warmer temperatures and sunny skies, we're back to some colder weather. Tomorrow will be cloudy with a high of 32 degrees and a low of 22, making it the coldest day of the week. There's a small chance of precipitation in the morning, but it should clear up in the evening. This Thursday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 35 degrees, going down to 24 in the evening. We will have below freezing temperatures that night, so make sure to stay inside and watch Sports Night and Nightcap starting at 8/7 Central. Friday will start off mostly cloudy, but you can expect the skies to clear in the evening with a high of 37 degrees and a low of 30 degrees as we head into the weekend. Make sure you get your errands done early on Saturday, as it will be partly cloudy early during the day, but snow showers will develop in the evening. We'll have a high of 38 and a low of 33. Finally, the snow will continue and bring some fairly strong winds into Sunday morning. Thankfully, it should clear up to partly cloudy skies as we head into the night with a high of 38 and a low of 29. Make sure to stay on top of the weather by checking out our Facebook page for severe weather updates. Now, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Liam. As the men's tennis team enters its spring season, one player's journey stands out. NNN's Darren Zaslow has the story.
Imagine being over 5,000 miles away from home. This is the everyday reality for men's tennis first year, Antonioni Fasano.
Coming from Brazil, which is pretty far away, it's a whole different country, different weather. It hasn't been the easiest transition in my life, but slowly you kind of get used to going to class, coming to practice, traveling to tournaments. I'm slowly getting used to it.
Fasano has had immediate success transitioning to playing collegiate tennis in America. He won the Big Ten singles title this year among the 44-participant field.
Number one, he's an amazing kid. He's a really good team player. Work ethic's outstanding overall. He's been a really, really good addition to our team.
He also has had to adapt his style of play to the faster tennis courts in America.
He's coming from a country where they play a lot in clay courts and it's a bit slower conditions. To be able to win on hard courts and actually very fast hard courts was impressive.
Fasano moved to the United States to not only further his tennis career, he also wanted to receive a quality education.
I feel it would be better for me in my future if I have a college degree in my back and say, if I don't want to be a tennis player, I don't need to be one. I just can go work. So that's why I decided to come to college.
As warmer temperatures approach, Fasano will look to build upon his momentum during Northwestern's spring season.
You can catch the men's tennis team's next match in Evanston this Friday at 7 p.m.
They'll be going head-to-head with the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
And coming up, let the games begin. How some Northwestern students are lending a hand to Chicago's Special Olympics.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
The Winter Olympics may be over, but the Chicago Special Olympics happen year-round.
One award-winning student organization is helping locals prepare for the games.
On each Thursday afternoon, students from Park School gather in the gym in a circle, like this one. They stretch for a few minutes before sprinting into track training. Northwestern students from organization Northwestern to Benefit Special Olympics, or NUSO, volunteer at the program. Weinberg Jr. Jared Marins is the site leader for Thursdays.
To feel like I belong to something that's doing to a group that's doing really important work is something that I really cherish. It challenges me and it forces me to think about how I communicate with people and how I talk to people.
According to their website, NUSO is the oldest collegiate Special Olympics chapter. They help some young athletes train for the district Special Olympic Games, while with others they simply exercise and have fun. The NU students often get to work in one-on-one settings with the athletes, who on Thursday ranged from ages 14 to 20.
It's about their own growth and what it means to them and what it means for their future. It's about what it really, what constructive things are they gaining from this, and how are they going to use it to improve their future and themselves.
Sophomore Tony Kula has volunteered for NUSO throughout his entire Northwestern career and says he finds the work incredibly rewarding.
It just helps me better understand and empathize with other people.
But it's not just the Northwestern students who benefit from working with the athletes. According to program coordinator Leonard Woodson, the athletes also begin to rely on the college students.
One kid who does our cooking program, he's standing by the door and just looking out like a puppy dog, waiting for the NU kids to show up, and then he's just got the biggest smile on his face when everybody shows up.
Beyond coaching at daily recreational programs, NUSO participants raise money for the Special Olympics in the Lake Michigan Polar Plunge and put on several events to support the Evanston special needs community. Joey Safchik, Northwestern News Network.
Great story, Joey. Applications to work with NUSO will be released in the spring in the coming weeks.
The Chicago Special Olympics Spring Games are scheduled for May. It's always wonderful to see Northwestern students giving back to the community.
That it is.
Before we go, let's take one last look at the weather. So Liam, what should we expect as we head into the weekend?
Well, we're going to be having some sunshine early Saturday, but there will be some snow falling Saturday night through Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, we will be back to cloudy skies. It'll be above freezing, but still a little chilly, so don't forget to bundle up while we wait just a little bit longer for the warmer spring weather.
Thanks, Liam. That's all we have for you tonight on the Northwestern News Report. I'm Nikki Griswold.
I'm Liam Lecca.
And I'm Justin Sweetwood. Good night.